Australia, and that kind of a thing. So we are really, a small company going against
giants.
Some giants, right? We're going against giants. It's an exciting thing because what we're doing is kind of meaningful work to us, because the drone ecosystem has created so many jobs, and it will continue to create so many jobs, especially in Kenya now, which is why I'm really excited to be here. It's great to be back home.
Oh, that's exciting. That's really like, and it's just it's such an untapped sector as well. Like you feel like you're really like, those that for the first time came to the moon. It's a bit like the same feeling. I feel like you're really like tapping into the economy of the future. That is super exciting.
Definitely, Melanie. It's a space where a lot of young people are getting jobs in an industry that didn't exist, right?
Exactly.
So that's what we're doing. Like the next couple of months we'll be back in Malawi. We'll be building our software. We're building a team. We're gonna hire engineers in Kenya. We'll hire pilots as well, drone pilots, and we will just push the envelope as far as it goes.
No, that is absolutely beautiful. And I think we've had you for actually a very long interview, because we got interrupted, and we're very, very grateful that you took the time to come into our show, because we really believe that this new industry that you're contributing in building will definitely revolutionize a lot in Africa. And maybe one of the last questions that I will have is, how do you see basically the space sector in general, because that's the drone industry is a bit associated to the space sector, I guess, and how do you see it structuring in Africa and in Kenya in particular? Because I guess that there is still a lot of regulations that needs to happen. There's still maybe also stakeholders, organizations that needs to be built. How is it at the moment, and how do you see it developing going forward?
Thank you for that question. That's very relevant, Melanie, right now, because what's happening is Kenya just published drone regulations about exactly 12 months ago. Exactly 12 months, right? And we have been flying drones in Malawi for the last maybe 18 months, right?
Okay.
So Malawi, on the other hand, don't, as a country, they don't have published drone regulations. So Kenya is really a step ahead of Malawi in that regard. However, in Malawi, we would have the Department of Civil Aviation, which is the Civil Aviation Authority in Malawi. They gave us tremendous support, a lot of support. So they support innovation, they support building the ecosystem, building the industry, that their young people in Malawi can get jobs. We trained a lot of pilots in Malawi, local pilots. We and a lot of them they're there, right? They're working in different drone projects across the country, earning 5 to 10 times what anyone in their age group is earning, right? Wow. So that's another insider tip there.
That's very high-paying jobs compared to the other jobs that a lot of companies are bringing in Africa. Usually, that's very interesting.
Anyone watching, man, Google drone pilot. Just check out how much they make, right?
Wow.
Just an insider tip. So, regulation, Melanie, is one thing, and we are kind of contributing to building the ecosystem. That is another thing. So we think there needs to be a lot more engagement. Your question was about the space agency and the relation to drones, right? My opinion on that is this. Look, several countries in Africa right now are building space agencies. I think that's really not the way to go. I think it's horrible that individual African countries would try to build space agencies. And here's what I think about that. Look, Germany as a country, France as a country, their GDP compared to African countries right?
Yeah.
Very big difference. If Germany wanted to, they would have built a German space agency, right?
Absolutely.
By fact of geographical, positioning, they are in the EU, which is this block, right?
Yeah.
So there is no need for Italy to build a space agency, and France and Germany and the UK to do the same thing. They all came together and they have the European Space Agency. I think for Africa now, now is not the time for a Nigerian space agency and an Ethiopian space agency and a Ghanaian and the Kenyan one. I think at some point that needs to be an African space agency.
Yeah, we need unity on that, and like to bring together resources to be able to build that giant, because otherwise there'll be like very small ones that are not efficient so whatsoever, because that's also a very very capital intensive sector. Like you really need very high resources, right?
That is correct. Space is expensive. Space is very expensive. So, we all look at Elon Musk and we think, oh, great, one man can do that. Just look at the amount of backing that he's been able to get for SpaceX. Back to your question, Melanie, drones, right? So drones are, aerospace as well. So you are still talking about space. You're just not going into outer space, right? So you're right. So this is something I think is closer home. It's closer home for most Africans. It is closer home for most universities, right? So academia, right? One of the things we're doing now is, okay, so we're building a company that builds software for drones. Fantastic. Well, where are the pilots going to come from? Where are the drone manufacturers going to come from? Where are, you need to build an ecosystem.
Absolutely. But that's very exciting, because we're talking manufacturing on drones. That's a lot of jobs that could be created just with that, actually.
Correct. So I think space agency, let's bring it closer home, right? Drones. We need to go back. What we're doing now is we're engaging universities to build associations and groups and clubs within universities where students actually build drones and fly them. Right?
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
So, when you do that, you spark the interest. When you do that, you spark the creative, you spark creativity in young minds, and then they're able to build these things, fly these things, and they contribute to the industry as a whole. So I think for us now, drones is kind of that one thing that the low-hanging fruit. And once you conquer that, I think once our young people conquer drones, right, they can build them, they can fly them, then they'll go, okay, well, we can do satellites and we can do rockets.
Exactly. Oh, that's really, really amazing. And I think, I don't know what you think, but with COVID also, like there has been like such an interest into how we can reinvent logistics and how we can be able to also deliver healthcare in remote areas and without maybe human contacts and anything. I see that drones are going to be a key focus in development, to be able to transport small items from vaccine, for instance, and maybe also deliveries like from Amazon or from Jumia. Is it just like some fantasy, or is it something that you also foresee as a professional in that sector?
I think that's a reality, right?
Okay.
So one of the people I work with really closely is a gentleman who I've known for a number of years, and we went to school together. This guy was a captain at Kenya Airways. So this is an airman, right? This is a pilot. This is a captain. Over 8,000, I think, close to 10,000 hours of flying, right? This is someone who knows the air. And he quit his job flying airline, commercial airlines, and he got into the drone business, right?
Wow.
So someone with that much knowledge, that much expertise, when he makes the call, look, drones are the future. A future is coming when commercial airlines will be unmanned. Like there will be large drones flying, carrying passengers. That time is coming. It's just a few years away, but it's coming, right? So
I feel like in the Fifth Element, in that movie back in the 2000s, that shows those kind of drones or like flying cars, and it's you're telling me it's happening. That's so exciting.
Yes, yes, just like autonomous vehicles, like when Elon Musk made the call, hey, cars are gonna be autonomous, and it's happening now, and more in the next couple of years, we'll have more and more autonomous vehicles. So it's just a matter of time when you have commercial airlines flying autonomously. And also what you mentioned, stuff like delivering vaccines, which is what we did in Malawi, like flying vaccines around, critical medical supplies. Um, Search and rescue, stuff like industrial mapping, surveying, all of that can be done with drones. And it's an entirely new industry. So like since we started our operations in Kenya, like we've done a few things in Kenya, we have gotten so many requests, right? Even from Kenya, within the Kenyan industry, the number of drone projects that are yet to take off in this country it's going to be mind blowing, right?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's an exciting future we look forward to seeing. Really, thank you so much, Steve, for those many insights. I mean, we've learned so much of an industry we had no idea about. So really, we are very exciting. Thank you again for your patience with the technology on Instagram side. And yes, we are very happy that we had you as our fifth entrepreneur on the entrepreneurial journey, and that we got to hear more about your successes and your challenges, because that's also a very inspiring story for any young African that also wants to actually give it a chance and try to build the Africa we need tomorrow. So thanks a lot again, and we look forward to working more with you and seeing you more also personally as a friend. I look forward to seeing you in Kenya, and have a beautiful evening.
Thank you so much, Melanie. I really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on the live today. We meet you next week for a new entrepreneurial journey. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.